It's like gold dust. You hear me coming through your speakers. You see me mashing up your airwaves. I know you can't get enough of my sound. Gold dust. It's like
Light heavyweight is the division. Once again, under 80 kilos, 175 pound or 12 stone 7. Ben Mcculloch up against Mark Flanagan. It is Mcculloch in the black trunks. And Flanagan in the black and yellow.
See Mcculloch here last time against Omar Sheikh, which was an unreal fight. I think it was 8-round fight, I believe.
Yep. No, 6-rounder.
Six-rounder. It was absolute war. And I think the only thing that won it was Omar got knocked down, I think, in the last round, which pretty much saved Mcculloch from his first loss.
And I think that in itself has been an issue for Ben Mcculloch. He hasn't fought since then. That's 9 months, Nathan.
That was his last fight, and in saying that too, he's jumped up 2 divisions here.
Two complete divisions.
He fought at middleweight against Omar, so he's jumped up to light heavyweight here. So
he's not a big light heavyweight, but you know, if you're fighting down 2 divisions, Les, it shows how much he was hurting and starving to make weight.
Or unless he's just putting on weight and doesn't want to take it off. Like, he's 29, he's probably still growing a little bit.
Shake of the head there, an acknowledgement from the shots of Mark Flanagan.
It started fast.
Flanagan heavy-handed.
And so is Ben Mcculloch. I mean, really, out of his 5 wins, he's had 3 knockouts. So
2 knockouts in the 7 fights, 6 wins of Mark Flanagan. I guess his best performances, victory over Matty Burns and victory over Will Hadlow. That was his last fight, a KO in 2.
That's when he captured the Queensland title.
Yep. The light heavyweight title back in December of last year up there in sunny Townsville.
Yeah, it's good to see Will Hadlow chucking the gloves in and retire just lately. I'd like to say a big hello to Will.
Yep, a great ambassador for the sport and just barred no one at any stage.
Just too nice a guy.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of nice guys in boxing, but yeah, they don't come much better than Will Hadlow.
Oh, that was a nice right-hand strike from Mcculloch. No real height or reach advantage to either guy. Both are lean figures. Switching here is Mcculloch into left hand or southpaw stance. That is right hand, right foot forward.
Just confused Mark, I think. He hasn't been throwing any ever since he switched.
Back to right hand. Oh. Jeez, he's got some power, hasn't he, Ben Mcculloch? And some nice timing, just getting around, over or through that left glove. Again, back into southpaw stance, and it has almost frozen Mark Flanagan, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. He's just sort of a bit bedazzled, it seems like, especially coming into this fight, probably probably as a slight favourite, to be honest, because he's a little bit heavier and winning the Queensland title last start.
As we venture back to the Mansfield Tavern. Tony Del Vecchio from the FBI gym in Sydney, offering the words of advice to young Benny.
Round 2.
Looks like a bit of a larrikin, old Ben McCulloch. I think in the contender house he was always pulling the stunts and the funny jokes and everything.
I think the real thing that saved him here is Mark Flanagan isn't a big light heavyweight, so I mean, really, he's probably should be at a maximum of a super middleweight. He probably could even make middleweight if he really struggled. But I think that's what's really saved Ben here, because he doesn't look out of his reach anyway.
And he's coming back from a 9-month layoff.
He looks supremely confident though, like hands down.
He's a country bumpkin, mate. I don't think he's scared of much. So.
As we saw with McCulloch versus Shake, he's very good with the left shoulder. He's got very wide shoulders, Ben McCulloch. But he rolls the shoulder, protects the chin, and uses it very, very well.
Just similar to Anthony Mundine. We spoke about Anthony Mundine, but you know he sort of uses his shoulder to guard his chin at times too. So very similar to what he does.
He's landing flush on Flanagan's chin. But Flanagan, Townsville boy, they breed him tough up there too. Andy?
They certainly do. You're only going to buy one international pay-per-view this year. The one to do is Sunday, May 8, as Mark Flanagan goes to work on Ben McCulloch, because on Sunday, May 8, we're hoping the real deal, Daniel Giel, goes to work and does his thing against Sebastian Sylvester for the IBF middleweight title. The title, in my opinion.
Good punches.
I think Sylvester's going to run into plenty of them in Germany. Favourite or not, Daniel Giel, I believe, is coming home with the world title. I think he's that good.
And one of our younger combatants, Trent Broadus, that we just saw, he's actually helped Daniel Giel with some sparring. So
and is going over to Germany.
He's going over to Germany, so that's massive experience for Trent, and it just shows how much confidence they have in Trent's ability.
Yeah, I think Mark Flanagan's struggling a little bit, trying to catch his breath, and McCulloch's just putting the pressure on at the moment.
Plenty coming out of the nose of Mark Flanagan. It's a broken one, I'll tell you that. As we get to the closing stages of round number 2, and Townsville tough he is, but nice and polished as the Sydney sider in McCulloch.
I'd just like to see Ben square up a bit here. He seems to get him on the ropes, but he's very, you know, 1 foot behind the other. If he squares up, it'll be much harder for Mark to get off the ropes. And
he's been a pro now for 2.5 years. This is just his 6th fight. Love to see him really focus on it. I think he could do some things in Australian boxing.
Definitely.
Good straight right hand.
Especially holding his own against a light heavyweight being a middleweight.
Yep. Taking a look at some of the action from round just gone, and Mark Flanagan extra busy early, but bam, when it mattered most, it was Benny McCulloch.
Yeah, Flanagan copped a lot of punishment in that round. Could nearly even scored a 10-8 round for McCulloch.
Yeah, it almost seems Ben McCulloch's a bigger boy, you know, he's pushing him around.
Yeah, he's like a big bully. Good to see Dennis Clancy and Mark Flanagan's corner. He does a lot for Townsville and the young kids up there, the Upper Ross PCYC.
You wouldn't want to go up too much or too many more divisions than light heavyweight, because a couple of cruiserweights who impressed on an otherwise disappointing undercard Wednesday night were Mostyn Newman and Jamie Bogovic. Isn't there some talent there?
He's a bit of a powerhouse, old Mostyn Newman. And as for Bogovic, I know my good friend Jeff Fennick, he's taking care of him. He's coming along well, so plenty of big things happening there.
Over the top. Oh, Flanagan walks into a right hand.
And this is what he has to do. He's just got to stay back a bit, take it back 1 step back, and just sort of box everything off his left, I think.
McCulloch barely looks touched.
Yeah, he still looks fresh, doesn't he?
He's got good reflexes.
Yeah.
He really does. He sees the punches coming pretty well.
Got the Larry moves too.
Yeah, even though he didn't compete in the Contender Series, I think he's gained a lot of confidence straight after he came out of that house. He's just, you know, like grown in confidence massively. So I think it's done him the world of good, definitely.
Flanagan just edging forward here a little bit, trying to get into his space. That's Flanagan in the black and yellow. In the straight black is Ben McCulloch. 5 fights, 5 wins. 3 inside the distance, but only 18 pro rounds as the mouth guard comes out.
It's come out a few times already tonight.
What it is, I think it started out as white, but yeah. The strawberry colour to it at the moment.
He is the current Queensland light heavyweight champion, Mark Flanagan, with that KO2 victory over Will Hadlow in his last fight in December of last year. But it's Ben McCulloch having his way with the Queensland champ, a short right hand.
He's very, very impressive, Ben McCulloch. I haven't seen much of him except for his last fight against Omar Sheikh, but he's looking very, very impressive.
It looks like the Mansfield Devon might be a lucky omen for him, I think. Getting a good win last time against Omar, and then he's looking pretty impressive here.
Yeah.
Great straight right hand from McCulloch.
I think Mark Flanagan just needs to try something new. He's just doing the same thing over and over again. He needs to get a few angles going.
How hard is it to change game plan on the run though, Les?
And he's a 20-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I did some sparring up with him in, I think, September last year or something, and he just really didn't like my pressure. And he's not liking it at the moment. He doesn't know anything different, and he's 20 years old. He's still a long way to go. Just needs to sort of change and mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.